Welcome back guys to the PvP build for the update 40. I'm on my Stamina Arcanist with something special today. With a craftable set called Dead and Demolisher. We need 7 traits to craft it. It increases our bash attacks by almost 1k. And when you bash you also deal a front cone, almost 3k physical damage. And this effect can occur once every 2 seconds. And it counts as bash damage. That's why I'm using one jewelry bash damage glyph to even empower this tooltip. On the back bar, still a Sense Thief. I really like the set, it gives stamina back, HP and flat 10% extra damage for 10 seconds. Has basically no cooldown if you pick up this blob every 10 seconds. As filler 2 potentates for the extra 3% damage reduction. You can also go with a mythic item of course, like Serpent's Coil, Markyn or Deathless Feet if you want, with 1 20 piece then, for the extra HP. I don't have mythic items on NA yet, that's why I'm using potentates. Still works, you don't really need a mythic to be honest. As defensive set Bloodspawn, for the extra resistance, 3.6k, ulti regen, and even gives stamina recovery as first set piece bonus. Armor types, 3 heavy pieces. Make sure to use reinforced chest for the extra resistance, with 1 light sash and 3 medium pieces, with 3 impen, 2 well fitted and 1 sturdy, full prismatic glyphs of course, we need the extra magicka and stamina. On the jewelry fully fused, with 1 prismatic region glyph for the extra recovery. You can also go with bash cost reduction if you want, then 1 bash damage increase like I said before to empower Dead and Demolisher, and then 1 weapon damage enchant for the extra weapon and spell damage. We also use other abilities, not only bash, right? With double sword and board, both shields in sturdy, front bar weapon. Make sure to use it in sharpened for extra penetration with the flame damage enchant for the extra burning status effect. Back bar precise here, powered would be better, but I'm out of stones. Still using the double dot poisons nowadays for the extra dot pressure. You can also go with the escapist poisons for extra CC immunity. Skills front bar, still 3 tiles. Just for the extra penetration, make sure to slot it on the front bar. Thanks to Splintered Secret, we gain almost 1k penetration for every Herald of the Tome ability slotted. Gives also Magicka and stamina back, and of course our major brutality buff, 20% extra weapon damage. Then Adoration as CC, also applies minor wool for 10 seconds, so 5% extra damage for us, really nice, and it cannot be even dodged, but it can be blocked though. As spammable, something different this time with Deep Slash. The one-handed shield, spammable, deals a good amount of damage, even applies minor maim, so reduce the damage done off your target for 5%, and even snares the enemy for 30%. Very nice. Then Flame, the stamina morph still. I simply cannot sustain the Magicka morph. If you can sustain it, go with the Magicka morph, gives you extra damage boost. This one deals more damage in execute and even heals you and generates crux, which is really important for extra healing, tankiness and that kind of stuff. Karma is still needed for the major savagery, 12% crit rate, just slotted. Even minor berserk if you flank and crit an enemy. Then King's Gaze as ultimate. I just would go with Dawnbreak if you want. Then backbar, Ransack instead of Pierce Armor. We don't need Pierce Armor, we have minor breach with Crux Weaver of Armor for the 3k penetration. Instead I'm using Ransack, which gives us even minor protection, 5% less damage for 15 seconds. So it's basically always up. Then Blood Mist instead of Race Against Time. Simply because I'm a vampire on this character. For the extra tankiness with this passive here, reduce the damage taken by up to 30% based on your missing health. Gives us the extra tankiness we need. And on top with Blood Mist, we even gain Strike from the Shadows, so another 300 extra weapon and spell damage for 6 seconds when we leave Blood Mist. You can also go with Race Against Time if you want for Major Expedition and Minor Force, but in this case I wanted to try Blood Mist and it also works. Vigor Selfie. And for minor resolve, 3k armor, Imperious Runeboard, a must-have for every 1vx player. It absorbs a ton of damage, you're basically immortal in the first second, and it's even a burst heal if you have enough crux to burst heal yourself. With 3 crux, it's a 10-15k plus burst heal. Really nice. As resistance buff, Crux Weaver Armor, like I said, for minor breach, and gives us major resolve, 6k armor. As defensive ultimate, Sanctum of the Abyssal Sea, a really powerful defensive ultimate, gives you almost immortality for 10 seconds. After 10 seconds, or if the damage shield expires, deals an insane amount of damage with a 5 meter radius over 10 seconds. As Raise Amdama for extra weapon spell damage, flame resistance and magicka and stamina. Especially the flame resistance is really important as a vampire, since we take a ton of flame damage with M stage 3. Flame damage taken is increased by 13% with the resistance of a Dunmer. Really helpful especially against DKs or in general flame damage abilities. Mundus the Serpent for extra stun regen, like I said, Vamp stage 3. Then Smoked Bear Hunch as Buffwood, we need the extra Magicka regen here. 42 points in HP, the rest in stamina, like this I'm at around 30 HP, and I don't even have the Undaunted passive on this character. So with Undaunted passive I would probably go with more points into stamina. Potions, the Tricer potions, CPs, Mastered Arms, Biting Aura. While Biting Aura, keep in mind Deep Slash, our spam build, is an AoE, so Biting Aura will empower this ability, will also empower Dead and Demolisher, and Flail. So Deadly Aim would be nonsense in this case. Ironclad and Dual Spearbuff as damage mitigation, Red CPs, Pain's Refuge, Sustained Suffering, Celebrity and Slippery, pretty basic here. Combination, start to pre-buff yourself with 3 tiles and resistance buff, also Blood Mist for the extra 300 weapon damage, then Ransack with light attack, pick up the blob, Deep Slash, stun into Flail, if you have ultimate, use the ultimate in between. Make sure to bash in between to proc Dead and Demolisher. That's it with another PvP build. Thanks for watching, have a nice day, and I'll see you hopefully in the next video. Peace.